My name is Cedric Harvey. Welcome to the podcast. We're going to get into the podcast. We're just kind of setting it up right now, getting all the things that we need sorted out. So let's dive straight into the podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome to my channel. Let's do this. A lot goes into making a podcast, and I just wanted to let you know that sometimes you're going to get it right and sometimes you're going to get it wrong, but don't be afraid to start your podcast. So welcome to my podcast. Looks like we might be out of focus right there. I don't know. Focus? Okay, it seems like back in focus. Let me get some lighting in here. On whatever the case, today we're talking about the state of our country. Here's my notes here for the podcast. So it's very important to make sure you've got your notes, you've got your playlist ready for your songs. On this podcast, yes, I play songs because I kind of feel that the songs will add to set the scene for the mode or the mood, and then kind of get the mood right. So if I start to make mistakes, let me know in the comments below. Okay, so welcome to whatever the case may be. Like I said, we're talking about the state of our country, and here we go into our podcast. Welcome to whatever the case may be. My name is Cedric Harvey. It's a Thursday, and I want to say thank you so much for tuning in. You can download this podcast whenever you're driving. You can download it whenever you're ready to listen. Thank you so much for tuning in today. And today we are speaking about the state of our country. I know it's a sad or depressing topic to talk about, but we're going to talk about it, people, to be honest. Now, I also know that I said this is Women's Month. We're going to be talking about women. Yesterday we had a chance, in fact Tuesday we had a chance to speak about Winnie Madikizela Mandela. I think she's still Mandela, I'm not sure, but I can be going in correction. And time did not permit for me to be able to get through that, so I want to apologize. I know I said Thursdays and Tuesdays for the podcast, but I wasn't able to. But nonetheless, today's Thursday. Welcome to the podcast. Today we're talking about the state of our country. The first song we're going to start for today is Stevie Wonder, Isn't She Lovely? And this is a cover by Stan Taylor's group. And I want to say that I'm kind of loving this track right now and what it brings to the table. So welcome to the podcast. Let's get into our first song. Let's set the mood, whatever the case.
Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Isn't she precious? Less than 1 minute, oh, I never thought through love would be making one as love.
So I trust that you guys enjoyed that first song. The reason I like to play music on this podcast is, like I said, it sets the tone for the conversation, for the podcast. And I think it's also important because of the topic that we're going to discuss right now. It's kind of deep, it's kind of heavy, and it's also kind of depressing. And I just want to make sure that everybody understands that in many ways music is an escape for a lot of people. An escape from reality. For me, it's an escape from sometimes things that we do not have control. So today I just want to kind of throw topics out there so that if you're listening, when you listen, maybe you can agree, maybe I can relate, I don't know. So the first thing that I want to cover today is our future. The other day I was looking at something on the news and it spoke about the NHI, and I didn't know what this was all about. So I went and I did a little bit of research. What are they talking about, the NHI? Apparently there is something to do with the national health insurance in our country. And this is a kind of a deep topic. It's kind of a heavy topic, and if you don't know, I advise you to check the link in this description. It's got all the information about the national health insurance and how it's supposed to help people who do not have insurance and people who do have insurance. But there's also a huge divide, so there's quite a lot of people talking about it. For example, South Africa drives towards universal health insurance continues to divide the public's opinion, while to push towards the national health insurance, which will effectively nullify private health care. Now, I'll pause there for a second because I want to understand. Everybody that has medical aid, myself included, feel that there's a better chance of getting the help that you need from the private sector versus the public sector. Listen, being the state of our country conversation tonight, we all know that the state of our public hospitals are ridiculously embarrassing, to be honest. And I know some people don't want to go to public hospitals, and I don't blame you because I understand how bad it is. It's bad. people, it's bad. There was a case, I think a couple of months ago, 2-3 months ago, about a gentleman who passed away inside a hospital because he had maggots in his mouth. That's a sense for people who are listening. I set the tone. Stevie Wonder, Isn't She Lovely? So I need you guys to follow me with this one. Although President Ramaphosa has voted to support the NHL bill, the official opposition, that's the DA Alliance, has resolved to challenge the bill in court. Now again, guys, if you are interested in this topic and you want to know more about it and you understand how is it going to affect you as a South African, if you are South African, check the link. It's got a link. It's got so much more information. I don't want to unpack it just on one podcast because it's Thursday. But I just thought I'll share it so that you guys can understand. The next one we're going to quickly move to is our political parties are all over the show. EFF, some people have left the EFF and started a whole brand new political party. And I feel like in our country that there is so many parties all singing the same song. Slow to deliver, but quick to want votes. I'm sorry, I'm not going to get into politics tonight. I'm not going to talk about it. Or I'm not going to talk about it whatever time you're listening because it's already depressing already in this state. I don't want you to leave the podcast because I'm talking about stuff that we go through every single day. So on a lighter note, the cost of living is so high in our country. I don't know if anybody knows how much more the cost of living has become. It's more expensive to live now than any other time in the world. 1980s, 1970s, 1950s. Stuff is ridiculously expensive. Another bombshell, the AA predicts that another petrol increase, about 12 cents plus minus for September increase. I mean, if that's not going to add to the cost of living, I don't know what is. So, I mean, stuff is becoming so expensive. Our future, to be honest, someone said to me the other day, doesn't seem bright at all. And I don't know. Because we have kids and I want them to have a bright future and I don't know what the future holds. Before we get into deep and get more depressed, the purpose of the podcast is not to make you depressed. It's supposed to give you a lighter side. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to go to our second song. And our second song is also by Stan Taylor's group on YouTube. You can find the link below in the description. I've put it there. Samantha Sang featuring the Bee Gees, Emotion. This is a cover and I'm also loving this track. It's one of a kind, so I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like it. Let's get into that track in the meantime while we go to our next segment.
But the heartache lives on inside. Oh, and who's the one you're clinging to instead of me tonight?
So I trust you guys enjoyed that track. Samantha Sang featuring the Bee Gees, Emotion. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. Some of these surnames are quite deep. I know the cost of living for many middle class income families. It's a constant struggle. If you have 2 or 3 kids and you're putting them through school, it costs a whole lot more to take those children through school. Another sad, depressing thing is the world announces today that there is a world recession. I think personally that they just say this to put people in a depression. Honestly, I think. But I'm no economist. I don't know nothing about that. And I don't know if that's going to help in any way. Also, another note. If you're watching the news or you're listening to the radio, it is so depressing. Literally, you want to be depressed. So I don't listen to the news, and I know by me saying all this stuff that it's kind of like I listen to the news, but I don't. So I just want to let you know that you don't have to listen to the news. You don't have to watch the news. You don't have to take any notes from it because the world is so sad. It's full of sadness. It's so full of problems and people that's supposed to be in power making stuff right and they're not. And to be honest with you, this whole world could do with a whole lot of good news right now. So the next song we're gonna play, this is our outro song for Whatever the Case, and this is Whatever the Case. The question is, what are we gonna do about it? The last song I want to play before I leave, I just want to quickly make a side note here. This song is called Just the Two of Us by a gentleman by the name of Adhikara Fadi. I think I'm saying the surname right. I hope you enjoy this. This is like one of my soft, chill back vibes for tonight's conversation, or whatever time you watch it, because it's whatever the case. And I hope you enjoy the song. Yeah, just before we leave, I've got one more announcement to make, and then that's it. That's the podcast for today.
I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through.
How cool is that jam? I hope you enjoy that jam. Listen, I'm on this vibe at the moment right now where I listen to these mellow, chill back vibe songs, and I find out for me the positive thing that keeps me insane in a world that's ever changing and so much bad news is coming through is the opportunity just to listen and go back. I always wish that I could live at a certain time in the world, like Captain America came from back, back in the day. And I always picture myself to be like the type of guy that would be like a pilot or a sailor, like in the movie Pearl Harbor. Like I'd be that guy, And then there's this nurse. Now, obviously, if you guys know me, my wife's name is Samantha. She would obviously be the nurse that I'd fall romantically in love with and live happily ever after. And that would be that era. But I mean, like in today's society, there's so much fake stuff that's going on, and there's so much negativity and so much unrest in the world. I just think that we need so much more positivity. We could do with so much more positivity in our lives. So I want to leave you with that song, just the two of us. I hope that your week gets better as you go on. And I trust that you guys will have a fantastic weekend. It is still Women's Month, and I promise to make sure that I deliver on my promise. On next week, Tuesday, I will have a back-to-back conversation with women that are doing it in this month of August. And I want to give a big shout out to my mama, because I know she's listening. I know she's proud of me. I just want to say thank you, Mom. Women's Month, you're my rock. And I just want to say thank you so much for always doing your best for me, teaching me life lessons. And I want to say thank you for the person you've been to me. And I want to say thank you so much for the love that you've given your children, myself, Rory, Abby, Robin. I know they're listening too. So it's a big shout out to you, Mommy. Thank you so much for your love, and thank you so much for being the woman that I needed in my life growing up. So Women's Month for you, and I hope that you get spoiled rotten by the rest of your kids. And yeah, so I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. This is Cedric Harvey, for whatever the case may be, and I trust that you guys will have a fantastic week further. See you guys on Tuesday. Peace out. And I think it's important that you make sure that your podcast can relate to people. This is the beginning of the podcast, so as we go, I know that the topics will get much better and the topics will be much more interesting for people. So there is a number for the podcast. If you're interested, you can check that out on the link below. You can follow me on my main channel, which is Cedric Harvey. I drop content there most of the time. And I just want to say welcome to my channel on YouTube for the podcast. I hope that it brings you more joy. I hope that it brings you to a place where you can come back again. Check the link below for all the conversation that I just mentioned and all the songs, because every song I found was on YouTube. You can follow me there, and thank you so much for watching. Remember to be honest, be kind, never give up, always be yourself, and whatever the case may be. Peace.